Hello and morning, lovely. Or hello, I'll just say, because depending on where you're watching it, depends on the time, doesn't it? And the time you're watching it as well. So, hello, lovely people. Hope you're well. Welcome back to another Summer Daily News Show. My name is Callum, and the only thing we ask when we get behind this mic is that you subscribe, comment, and like. So, got four main topics to get into today. One of which is one that we know is happening, but still doesn't make any easier to happen. Second is an incoming. The third is something we've been deliberating with for literally a year now. And then we're going to be speaking about some fixtures or some new fixtures added to Liverpool's pre-season. So let's get into the first topic. And, as the saying goes, we get the negatives out of the way first. It is unfortunately Sadio Mane. So Sky Sports News are reporting that a deal is very close between Bayern Munich and Liverpool Football Club for the sale of Sadio Mane from Liverpool to Bayern Munich for around £42.5 million. Now, obviously, it's a massive increases to the first offer Bayern Munich offered, something that we rejected quite promptly. But again, this is business. This is what we expect. You're going to go in low, hope for the best, and 9 times out of 10, you've got up your bid. Now, 42.5 is not loads of money for a player of Mane's caliber. He's in the last year of his contract. His age obviously has to be taken into consideration as well. I don't think we're being shortchanged by any stretch of the imagination, but I do feel as though it feels a bit weird. 42.5 is kind of nothing for a player nowadays, in my opinion, like with how things are and the way transfer fees are. So for it to be Sadio Mane, it's a bit weird, but it's happening. Can't do anything about it. The player wants to move on. He wants a new challenge, or probably wants more money as well, which I'm not going to begrudge him for. He's a player that deserves it. He's not a cocky player. He's not a selfish player by any stretch of imaginations off the field or anything like that. If he wants to go and make more money, I don't have a problem with it. I really don't. It's just a shame we can't offer him those terms, or we're not willing to offer him those terms, especially the way he finished the season. Obviously, we've got Nunes in, who we assume is his replacement. But in terms of being a replacement, Sadio Mane's got big shoes to fill. And I think this is a point many people are missing. We are, as Liverpool fans, being selfish, and rightly so. We only care about our club, and that's the way it should be, and that's the way it will always be. But when you actually think about the player, Sadio Mane is going to Bayern Munich to replace Lewandowski. Think about that for a sec, people. Robert Lewandowski, if I'm not mistaken, is either their first or second all-time goal scorer. He's been their top goal scorer for years on years on years. Their talisman, breaking records left, right, and centre. Sadio Mane's got to go and replace him, because I don't see Sadio playing out on the wing. Not when they've got Kingsley Coman, Gnabry. We don't know what's going on with Sane. Like they've got width. They've got players who play that position. They haven't got a striker now when Lewandowski leaves. Is he going to replace Lewandowski? And again, that's not necessarily our problem, but it's an interesting question. And it kind of shows the character of the man, because I don't know. Filling Lewandowski's boots ain't going to be easy. But if there's one man that could potentially do it, it is Sadio Mane. So I'm interested to see how that pans out. And obviously, it throws up more questions about how we handle contracts, and are we a stepping stone club or a destination club? It's going to throw up all these questions. But as things stand right now, Mane looks like he's going to be completing his move to Bayern Munich sooner rather than later. Me personally, I wish him all the best. Obviously, unless we play them, when I don't wish him the best. I love Mane. One of my favourite players at Liverpool has been since he walked through the door at Liverpool. Nothing but good things to say about him. One of the best players we've ever had at the club in our whole entire history. Clutch, hardworking, quality with both feet, heading ability. He's grown as a man, as a player, and as a player at Liverpool. When he leaves, he goes with my blessing. I don't know about other people in the fan base, but speaking for me, he goes with my blessing. So Sadio Mane, thanks for everything that you've done at Liverpool Football Club. Best of luck at Bayern Munich. Now, go from one player leaving to one player incoming. And it looks as though it's happening finally for 6.5 million, not the 10 million that we were seeing in the media. So again, just goes to show we kind of don't know what's going on behind the scenes as and when it's happening. We think we do, but we don't. And it's Calvin Ramsay, the young right back, is apparently very close to signing for Liverpool Football Club in a deal worth, if I'm not mistaken, £6.5 million. And again, to me, that represents decent business. Again, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm an expert, but obviously the more we've been linked with him, the more I've kind of read up on him, the more I've started speaking to other people who are in the know about him. And you know what? It's going to be very interesting to see how he comes in and handles everything. I mean, he's having his medical today, apparently, so it could be concluded today, it could be concluded tomorrow. I think he'll do well for us. The problem is, as our fan base, how quickly will he start to do well for us? Because that is the question. He is the young player of the year in Scottish football. And Aberdeen endured a terrible, terrible time last season, but he was the shining light. He's Scottish. We know how we do with Scottish players. However, the task on his hands is to effectively dislodge the best right back in world football right now, which is Trent. But not just to dislodge him, can he actually provide competition? Because we saw last season how much it helped Robbo in certain spells when Tsimikas provided competition, but also allowed him to get rest. Now, Klopp should have, in my opinion, allowed him to get more rest considering Tsimikas was there, but that's a story for another day. My question to you guys is, will he get enough time on the pitch to, one, develop, and two, give Trent the rest he needs and deserves? Because for me, if we're competing for trophies and accolades at the end of the season, we need Trent to be his absolute best. And for him to be at his best, he needs to be his absolute fittest. And we've not been able to see that from him for a little while now because he's not been getting a rest. So that's my only question about this transfer. Good player. Better to get a player now, take the risk on him now than give it a year or two when he moves somewhere else, blows up, and then you've got to spend triple the money that you could have spent. We've seen it with Mbappe. We've seen it with Haaland. We've seen it with all these quality players. But the question is, can he come in and compete now? And I'd like to think so. I'd like to think the club have got that plan, but I'm not sure. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see Gomez playing more as a right back next season while Calvin Ramsay still develops. But if that is the case, as long as Trent's getting rest, then I don't mind it. I really don't mind it. Now, from one player who's coming into another player that we don't know is staying or going, even though he says he wants to stay, is a man on your screen right now, the Egyptian king, Mohamed Salah. Now, shout out to Mo Chatra, who came on and was speaking about his contract situation. We still don't know what's going on with it. We presume it's image rights or things like that, but we still don't know. However, apparently Liverpool are now saying it is the priority for them to get this contract sorted. Now, again, I don't know why we have to sort contracts out in transfer windows. Again, not going to open up that can of worms. It's not my thing. I don't really like it and agree with it, but it's something we seem to do. The question becomes, if Salah doesn't agree to a new contract, but I'm going to say the middle of July, will we as a club look to cash in on him? We could have easily said to Mane, look, we need you around for another year and then you can go to Bayern Munich on a free, but we haven't. We can't lose Salah and Mane, in my opinion, in one window. We just can't. Not if we're looking to win the league. And that's where we're at now. We're looking to win the league. It doesn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense. And here's the thing. Yes, we might get good money for Salah, probably 80 to 100 million. But you've got to go out and replace Salah. You cannot, in my opinion, replace Salah for 80 to 100 mil. I just don't think it can be done right now. And I think that's the main issue. It's not, can we go and do this or do that with the money? It's, can you go and replace him? And I personally don't think you can with that sort of money. Hence why I think this contract is vital that we get it signed. But it doesn't seem like we're any closer. So I just want to ask you guys in the comments, if Salah doesn't sign by mid-July, do you think we should sell and try and get some sort of an income for him? And if that's the case, who do we try and get as a replacement? And by the way, guys, feel free to put more than one name, because I think you're going to have to get more than one name to replace Salah personally. So that's where I sit on it. The final topic before I let you guys go. Pre-season friendlies. So Liverpool have added Red Bull Leipzig, or RB Leipzig, and RC Strasbourg to the pre-season fixture list. So Nkunku will be coming to Anfield. Sorry, no, we will be playing against Nkunku in Germany. Scrap what I just said. So Nkunku will be going up against Liverpool should all things work out. So man like Matt, you may have a chance to tell the fan base, I told you so, if we play against Nkunku, and he does absolutely brilliantly. What I want to focus on, though, obviously with the Strasbourg fixture being a contentious one given the date, is if you actually look at the fixture list, so I'm just going to read it out to you guys. On the 12th of July, it's Manchester United in Thailand, Crystal Palace on the 15th, then the 21st is RB Leipzig, then the 30th of July is the Man City Community Shield game, then on the 31st, so the day after, is RC Strasbourg at Anfield. And the reason why I bring up this one is because that Anfield game, the sort of the game before the season starts, we always seem to play one at Anfield. And we always seem to use that as almost like a party event to get the team going just before we send them out into battle for the season. And we usually see like a strong team played throughout the game in some points. I don't know if that can be possible, because there's no way we're going to play a strong team against City and then a strong team 24 hours later against Strasbourg. That doesn't make sense. So I'm very, very interested to see how we navigate and approach those two games, because Klopp is very vocal about not wanting to down tool or play weakened teams, so it were, against teams when we're playing at Anfield. Like we've seen it in the Champions League, FA Cup, etc. And I think he remains like this for friendlies. We saw it last season, the preseason friendly. Robbo started, like Matip and all these players all started and played significant chunks of the game. So I'm very interested to see how it works out. But I'm happy these fixtures have been added. It gives us more games to watch. So I'm not complaining about that in a sense. But yeah, the season end is hotting up. Rumors are rife at the moment. What I urge you guys as Red fans to do, just be calm as you possibly can. Let's not get angry yet. Let's not get hostile towards each other. Let's see how the window pans out. Now, granted, we don't sign a centre midfielder, I'm not going to have this energy. If we don't sign a right forward as well, I'm probably not going to have this energy. But for now, on the 17th of June, let us just be calm. Let us just be calm. But people, as always, thank you so much for watching. Please do smash the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Until we see you later in the call-in show, stay safe, stay blessed. We are Kopish and we're out, people. Take care.